All right, this video is to explain the 3000 BCE, beginnings of the Bronze Age, the 6 core civilizations. That's the must-know date that we're working on here. So, our 6 core civilizations that we need to be aware of. I'm going to just work across the map here. Let's go west to east. So you got the Olmec, located in this chunk here. This is Mesoamerica, or Central America, but Mesoamerica is a term that the world history textbooks like. So you see how it's not exactly North America, not exactly South America, it's Mesoamerica. So the Chavin are right around here, located near the Yucatan Peninsula, modern day, like Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, right, there-ish. Those are the Olmec, not the Chavin. The Olmec are up here. So the Olmec are famous for like their giant baby head statues, which we actually don't know a lot about. The Chavin are down here. They're in the Andes, so sort of modern day Peru. And the Chavin are the predecessors of, well, most notably the Inca. But we're back in 3000 BCE. So the Chavin, they're one of our core civilizations. So out of them will eventually come the Inca. Of course, the Olmecs will eventually, in the same place, we'll have the Maya, then the Aztec. So that's why they call these core civilizations. Crossing the pond here, we've got, I probably should have moved that before the video. We've got the Nile River Valley. And so Egypt, if we were going to super nerd out on ancient history, we'd talk about the 3 kingdoms of Egypt, but it's not really necessary to do that in this class. So just we need to know that the Nile River Valley was one of the core civs. The Fertile Crescent, or the Mesopotamia, is the land between the rivers. So you got the Tigris and Euphrates right here, and this, by the way, is like modern day Iraq. So modern day Iraq is sort of a location with many layers of history in it, because all those Mesopotamian civilizations were located right here, starting around 3000 BCE. Next, we got the Indus River Valley. So the Indus River Valley, major cities would include Harappa, Mohenjo-daro. This is a very mysterious core civilization. Historians actually have not yet interpreted their script. We don't know what it means. There's very little of it left. But they were a great example of a classic civ with their, standard brick sizes, and they had these big baths. Historians call them the Great Bath, I think. Pretty exciting. Then over here we got the Shang. So the Shang Chinese, located right there. And these core civilizations, they all happened sort of like the Neolithic Revolution. They didn't all happen exactly 3000 BCE, but we just use that date as kind of a marking point in our mind for when these things roughly began to form. These core 6 civilizations began to form. Some people say, some simplifications of world history will say that no civilization could form without a river. And that's true for all the civs that I talked about in Afro-Eurasia. Nile River, Tigris, Euphrates, Indus, the Yellow River. Those are all rivers, and rivers are nice because typically they'll flood every now and then, and that'll bring up some nice fertile sediment onto the floodplains, and so farming is a lot easier there. But the Chavin and the Olmec, they don't really have the rivers going on, so don't believe that. Not all ancient civilizations need rivers. It's worth noting, I guess, that the Bronze Age, the bronze part, this is kind of our upgrade, the human upgrade from stone. So to get bronze, I think you combine like tin and copper. I think it's tin and copper. And so this just creates a type of metal that's more reliable than stone, more malleable. You can create more things out of it, like swords. I don't know if actually they made bronze swords, but you can make like weapons and armor and stuff. And these core civilizations are the first civilizations that are so complex that you've actually got like armies for the first time. You've actually got like layers of government, quite a few layers of government. You've got complex religious belief systems right? So there's tons of priests, there's tons of government officials, there's warriors, there are artisans, there are merchants. These core civilizations developed the first forms of writing. Cuneiform in Mesopotamia is the first form of writing, and this was created by basically merchants to help to keep track of transactions. So the core civs is where world history really starts to heat up compared to what it was. With like, oh, we invented farming, let's just be good with this for 5,000 years. But over those 5,000 years, from 8,000 BCE to 3,000 BCE, you've got slow, very, very slow complexification of society. So social hierarchy and job complexity increase until you get these classic core civs.